Hello there, Seraphim17 once again. This is my Devil May Cry 5 Dante Must Die difficulty S-Rank walkthrough. This is the first mission. It is a prologue, and it's actually one of the easier missions to get the S-Rank on. But let me kind of go into what this is going to be and what it means in the grand scheme of the game. So, this is not going to be an SSS perfect S-Rank walkthrough, because I can't teach you how to do that, guys. It's going to take a long time to just get the understanding and the mastery of the game to be able to deliver on that kind of a scale. This is not going to be no damage, because once again, that's something I cannot teach you how to do. That's something you have to do yourself and grind it out. Nobody does no damage on a first attempt. It always takes time. What this will be is some of the easier methods and exploitable strategies that players of any level can really activate, and hopefully at the end of that mission screen see that S-Rank. There is an achievement and a trophy in this game for getting S-Ranks on every difficulty except for Heaven and Hell, and to do that you're going to have to really invest some time. So if I can alleviate some of your suffering, hopefully these videos will be able to do that. But these first encounters are kind of just gravy up until the Queen Empusa turns up. You're going to be taking on some of the standard Empusas, which are just these bugs, and this is pretty much Nero 101. You want to practice your revs, you want to charge your gun, you want to use your breaker arms as best as you can in which situations that you can do. If you can beat these levels without getting hit, you will be able to get a 2x multiplier to your style. And on Dante Must Die, in order to get the style requirements, you generally have to pass 6,000 stylish points. If you average 6,000 stylish points, the S-Rank is usually yours. So you can play horrendously, safely, slowly, and get 3,000 style points, but as long as you take no damage, you'll be able to still get the S-Rank. On top of that, if you don't continue, you will get a 1.2x multiplier on your score, and that is the particular area of modifiers that we're going to be using on this walkthrough. So, my playstyle is oftentimes a little bit too reckless and ridiculous when it comes to jumping out of the way of damage, so I will eat a lot of hits that you probably shouldn't eat. However, I'm able to get the S-Rank because I don't die, and that's kind of key to what we're going to be doing here. If you eat a death, you're going to have to restart the checkpoint. Or, sorry, restart the mission, because oftentimes the checkpoint will not work. This is just the reality of the game, guys. You can get away with actually reviving with red orbs. Reuter on Twitter mentioned this, and he said that he was able to die and still get the S-Rank because his style was so high at that point that he was able to pull it through. So if you're averaging higher than 6,000 stylish points and you die, you can still get the S-Rank. But for a lot of players, that's just going to be outside of their skill wheel. And now we have the boss coming up, which is the first introduction to the Demon King Urizen, which I'm not too sure if it's just a play on words of the notion what V says earlier on in the game when he says, here's your reason for fighting. You know, your reason, Urizen. I don't know if it's just a way of kind of inferring who this is without telling us who this is. I'm not too sure. But this fight is probably one of the least enjoyable fights in the game, in my opinion. It's not Devil May Cry, it's never been Devil May Cry, and if you can concisely and saliently convince me how this fighting this crystal with ridiculous HP is Devil May Cry, I would love to know. Because it just turns into this stage attack of doing what you can. And the great news about this rank right now, if you're over 6,000 points, or if you're 5,000 and you haven't died, when you die on this fight, you will get the S-Rank. You do not have to bite the bullet and actually go through with the full encounter. Beating this boss can take like 7 to 10 minutes, depending on if you know what you're doing. And I have not practiced this boss because I think he's shit. So instead, I'm just going to give you some ideas of what you can do in this fight. Be patient, dodge the moves, knock back the fireballs, try to get your max axe and fail, because I'm terrible at them, and then shoot at the crystal with your gun when you charge it, and then every so often you can go in and get really aggressive on the crystal. It's entirely up to you. But I thought I'd show you some dodges. You'll notice I'm not using Gerbera. Gerbera is really, really good against this particular thing. Right then, if I'd have air taunted, I would not have landed on that laser, but it happens to the best of us. Yeah, this fight is certainly something. But break the crystal, beat up the man, he spawns the crystal back again, break the crystal a second time, beat up the man. If you did enough damage, you'll kill him. If not, he'll spawn the crystal again, and you'll have to beat it up. Personally, I think this fight should end when you break the crystal once, because the whole idea of this is it's meant to be one of those encounters that you cannot win, but if you have the patience of a saint and are willing to bore yourself to tears, you can do that. Which, people have done it, Godfather Dictator's done it, many people on YouTube have done it. There's an achievement for doing it as well, so get used to seeing this encounter, because it does turn up later on. But for the purposes of what we're doing now, you can kind of just get away with letting the boss kill you if you don't want to mess around. I'm going to show you why you have to be careful going in for calibers, because I'm going to caliber directly into one of his fireballs and get killed. You may be looking at my HP bar and wondering, Chris, why don't you have full HP? It's just because I haven't looked for the blue orbs. I've actively avoided them on my first playthrough, and I haven't bought any from the store. For me, when it comes to playing Devil May Cry, having a lot of HP makes me lazy, and it makes me play sloppy. So the reason that I've kept mine quite short is so that I still have to, you know, pay attention. But there you go, guys, 6,400 points. Even if we did die in that mission, that was still enough to get the S rank. And that is the beginning of your journey here, the beginning of this rather arduous S rank endeavour. Thank you for watching, I wish you the best of luck, and you take care now.